Tempered Fate, catch them out, let the rest of your team get on top of the enemy. And Kanavi actually going to pull out the Jarvan that we talked about earlier, not really fitting his style. This is a very different composition than what we would expect from a team like JDG. And I'm wondering if we're going to see a lot of action towards this top side, because again, we haven't really seen Darius turn to this bot side scuttle. Of course, his bot lane also has prio, so wouldn't be too big of a deal, but V5...
teleporting in. LvMao's only level 2. He's going to be flashed on, gets a 3-hit proc from Weiwei. Misses the Q as Jarvan comes down, and Kanavi now in the middle of it as well, but he's level 4 with double buffs. Shielded Duran onto Kanavi, forces the flash, and he's on the wrong side of the lane. Maybe waiting to flag and drag out of there as he gets a double knock-up, starts walking away, but he's stunned again with the Justice Punch. And first blood goes to V5.
Yeah, and ultimately we were wrong. We thought that that play in mid was happening to gain prio, to look for that bot side scuttle crab, but V5 actually going for this set play where Weiwei shows in mid, you gain the recall as bot lane is stacking a wave to set up for this dive.
God, we're doing it again. Mole comes in, Justice Punch one more time, the wins war. He doesn't have Flash Lyric, so he's just dead. And that time it was the 1-for-1 trade.
Very bad for the side of V5, at least, so they were able to deny a bit of farm. So Y4 is currently ahead.
LvMao level 3 here, going to be stunned up once again. And the Q with the Ignite down. ppgod just picks up the kill. Nice trouble bubble, but for xiye, with the portal jump here, he can't get the Paddle Star line.
Also going to just pick up the Ruby Crystal. And something we keep mentioning, right, is the Dark Seal. We're going to continuously mention some of these small item points just for the fact that, you know, sustain that this complements to still be building this item.
As down in the bottom lane, LokeN going to take the bullet time as the Arcane shifts away. That's it for Y4, though, with Weiwei and ppgod running in. That Flash Q misses, but still gets the Ignite down with the auto attack, and Weiwei secures it with the Comet Spear. Now, with the Rift Herald, this is the avenue quite easily.
And this is the dynamic duo of Victory 5, right? It's all about that three-man unit, typically Mole, Weiwei, and ppgod. Weiwei and ppgod having such good synergy. They've both gone on record to say that, you know, they are the main shot. Steal away the blue buff and deny Langx. Once again, this is nothing new for Langx. He's gotten quite used to this.
Nay, over the past couple of years, this guy's been the most bullied person in LPL. As over the top side, ppgod is making a response. This is quick from V5. They've found LvMao again, who doesn't have the ulti to negate the damage. Hextech ult made him use. He's in the corner for now with the Sleepy Trouble Bubble. Locks down. Thanks to the hero's entrance, the flag and drag once more. Kanavi does not have Cataclysm until about 3 seconds time. He's waiting for the ulti as ppgod ults himself, but he's pulled back by Zoom. The Apprehend does not save his own life, and xiye picks up a response kill.
Up 1-for-1. Xiye obviously gets to flash out, and we are going to see Weiwei pick up the dragon. Another item update is that we see the Hearthbound Axe coming out from Zoom, so I was going to say potentially signaling that he's going to make his way towards that Stride Breaker, and now with picking up the Iron Spike Whip, it just confirms that.
Yeah, it definitely does. You know, two of the main components coming forward for that item is this is what happened in the bottom lane. Meanwhile, you know, LokeN getting bullied out once again, and that's what enabled the turret down to this fight as JDG posture aggressively.
And at least JDG have a great time of poking V5 off objectives, setting up Zoom to go in with that Stride Breaker.
Oh no, it's just stolen from Kanavi. The flag and drag, they walk in, that Cataclysm, beautiful. There's a gap close used nicely from Zoom. The bullet time and the Cosmic Binding, so the Tempered Fate de-synergizes V5 once again. Re-engage here from Kanavi, and Weiwei's dead too. A triple kill for LokeN, who's been hit hard all game long.
Smite steal go down. Kanavi's able to steal that one away. Once again, mistiming the Tempered Fate and the bullet time. Y4 and ppgod not on the same page at all. And JDG allowed to take these fights. So we mentioned, hey, this comp's kind of awkward. It does work out in scenarios like that where, hey, you can set up the Zoe and Ezreal to send out the poke first, and then you at least have a great...
15 minutes in, and they already had 2 dragons, but this one's going to be given over. They've found a pick onto Zoom, but I don't think ppgod wants to be here, even with Imperial Mandate. There is no follow-up damage, and Cloud Dragon goes
about tempo, finding the picks, getting to the play first, kind of bursting one man out and turning that into an objective. It's a lot about snowballing the early game, and as the game goes on, it's going to favor JDG more and more, and going to require V5 to find a lot of creative plays with their globals to kind of come back into the game. And it feels like that one misstep at Rift Herald really could just be kind of the starting
defining moment.
Yeah, exactly, for V5.
Like this. I mean, Zoom has the most gold in the game as he flashes for Flash. V5 are coming up here. They want to shut down on the killless Darius. Zoom, remember, does not have Gore Drinker, so he'll go down. It's a shutdown for the Camille. And maybe that 50
Probably still would have gone down. He was against 4 members, but hey, this goes back to the identity we just said. Breaker bruisers, just consistently looking for ways to get onto the enemy backline. It is something we haven't really seen yet.
Well, engage. ppgod a bit far forward, has to flash away as True Shot Barrage misses, though, and Kanavi gets tagged by the Imperial Mana. But Weiwei, yeah, picked up quite a lot of kills this game, and that's his way where he's caught back up, and that's why you can see JDG still with the gold lead is over the wall. This is the engage from Kanavi. He's too far forward. True Shot Barrage is launching, ults into the backline. This time the Tempered Fate kind of not okay as Weiwei ults in this time with the Prowler's Call. It's going to work out perfectly onto LokeN, who's a tick away. Weiwei uses it to close the gap onto xiye, and it's perfect here as V5 now need to take down Zoom, who heals up and does Darius things. But remember, no Gore Drinker. He's dead for a double over to ppgod, and xiye manages to irk out and destroy Weiwei.
The bleed!
While Mole gets bled to death. Y4 flashing forward, though. V5 still have the numbers advantage, Luke, and that is still technically a win in the fight.
Between the ultimates, Y4's ult was just bad, was thrown on no members, and even ppgod's Tempered Fate only catching 1, though I think 1 member did flash out of it. Still, it will lead to a dragon for V5, so it is nice to see that they are still in the game, you know, still putting up. He gets hit out of his ultimate, though, by the Alistar. Weiwei then comes in, locks him down, they secure that kill. The other 4 members of V5 as Y4.
We're back. And Y4, his first death of the game had to be now because...
Not quite sure how that happens, Asterix, but now it's going to lead to a free inhibitor for JDG. Doesn't feel like they really had to do anything for it. Y4 just gifted it to them on a silver platter.
That's very true. Is there anything that V5 can do here is a question. We're having a look in the bottom left, Lyric, and he's just catching the wave, but this is the gap close, the flash burnt from LvMao.
And like you said, just catching the wave 2 for that 5v4 skirmish.
And see more of that global pressure that doesn't feel like we've seen as strongly in the laning phases. Baron's been started by JDG. V5 is slow to this as Y4's just been popped back by the blast cone. You need this bullet time to come through as Langx in first with Weiwei following up. They need a steal. Weiwei still in the pit as Baron's at 2k, not reset. There it is, finally! V5 secure the Wombo. Kanavi on the back end, forced out of the pit. Langx follows up with an uppercut right to the back of his body. 3 members on top with Baron now secured. V5 finally got them. With xiye, you mentioned, LvMao's going to be up in 3 seconds though, so as we can see, V5 not committing everything here. Weiwei's still in river. It is just going to be the inhibitor. 1 apiece for both key items to be taken note of.
I think the death stance is interesting because LokeN knows the enemy team doesn't have a lot of damage.
Yeah, okay, a lot of burst damage onto LvMao. We'll find out if it works out here, Lyric, because LvMao gets very, very low. The Hero's Entrance used, and they do it again. Only 1 goes golden with Kanavi getting into the backline, and V5 are scattered around. But Kanavi's too far forward, and it's a Jarvan moving into the late game, and we know how that ends. Watch where xiye is with Weiwei. The Trouble Bubble connects. Spacing great as LokeN's done it. He's found the first kill. The apprehend onto Mole. He goes golden, but Zoom is waiting to dunk as a double knockup once again. Reset City the activation. Weiwei is getting burnt down. Ultimate finally lands, and Zoom pretty much unkillable at this stage. Langx uppercuts him, which is great for the Grasp of the Undying, while LokeN gets a double, Y4 gets a double on the top side.
Comp is theoretically easier to not necessarily execute, but has very clear goals, right? It's very ultimate reliant. Camille jumps in, Galio follows. You have the Tempered Fate. And Mole looking for the flank. Again, potentially finding that big taunt. Tempered Fate.
Oh, it connects. Shield Durand at the ready. They're trying to find him. Goes golden once again. Bopped away. The Cataclysm layered down as Weiwei's on the back end as well. This time, everything syncs up. And for ppgod to get xiye is absolutely massive. Weiwei run into the opening arms of Kanavi. And JDG now left with less members as LokeN is the target. Everyone on top with Langx ready to uppercut him once more. He heals up for a little bit longer with Zoom. Getting kicked to the face as well. Into GA was LokeN. Pokes over the wall. But he's dead too. V5 have aced him, and now it's time to go to the base. What was one of their best plays yet? V5, 4 out of 5 members standing. Death time is too long. xiye up in 5 seconds, but against these turrets, there's nothing that JDG can do. And V5 even up the series here in the Demacia Championship quarterfinals, just like that.
That was a bit of an interesting game. I don't know if
Y4 actually synced up, you know, the Tempered Fate to set up the pick, and then the bullet time actually comes afterwards. It was nice to see, but, you know, eventually is the word I'll use.